I'm just a little confounded on how the same Kamala Harris that just made it known that she's anti-Christ literally went to a church and got up on stage in an all-black church. I'm really just baffled and thrown, quite frankly. But then again, I expect this. Shout out to Liberal Hive Mind. This is the abundant hypocrisy from the left that we speak of. So that's that. Shout out to Destiny15 underscore FL Destiny. Jezebel, aka y'all can read that, aka Kamala, Ku Klux Kamala Harris, had members escorted out of their own dang church by the popo. So there's that. By the police. So that's a darn shame. Pretty wild stuff. So we're going to, before we get into this clip, I just want you guys to see this clip right here, just to jog everybody's memory. And let's go.
We remember Donald Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and they did as he intended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
Literally fighting to delete black babies. So I'm just disgusted, quite frankly. It's really sickening. And yeah, and this it's really amazing how some people cannot see that Kamala is not for you. Okay, she's not for any of us. All right, she's got her own agenda that she's here to execute, and we are the American people, and I do mean the American people. All of us are the slaves who are going to execute her plans if she is to get into office. Okay, the immigrants are here to replace us. That's what I believe. That's what I believe, quite frankly. Let me know what you guys think. So we're gonna get into this clip right here, and this is a clip of Kamala at an all-black church, getting on stage, giving a speech, having people escorted. So I just want to pause it right here. So you see it right there. So right there, you see this lady right here is getting kicked out, escorted out by the police, out of a church. Okay. And I'm surprised if that's the case, they need to escort. I'm surprised they're not escorting more people out. I'm surprised people are, really falling for this whole Kamala's black thing, and Kamala is for you, and Kamala's going to make America better. Kamala's got a better plan than Trump. Kamala has foresight to see, how she can make America better in the next 4 years, and how her policies will affect the American people. I don't think she's concerned with any of that. And they're kicking people out of the church as well. This is blatantly making it known that she's anti-God, anti-Christ, all that kind of stuff, And it's one thing that I want to. There's a point that I want to make before I continue this video, is the fact that, shout out to Joker. He's another new political content creator, and he made an excellent statement where he said that the laws can't keep up with the immorality. So by us removing these Bibles out of schools, by us not teaching these kids about morality and all this kind of stuff, and removing morality from society, and really emphasizing more of an or amplifying more of a hate-based, confusion-based, Satan-based society, you're going to get more lawlessness. The crimes are going to get worse. The crime rate's already sky high, and Democrats have been in power for the last 12 years. So, well, not last 12 years, but for 12 years in total, like recently, okay? So, yeah, we're going to get into this video and see what this guy has to say about this.
So they didn't show you this on the videos. There are true believers out there, and that lady won't have them. That's absolutely a damn shame. You mean to tell me you got people being escorted by the police out of the house of God? But somebody got to stand up for the word of God. And when they see an abomination, when they see a Jezebel on that stage, that lady had to speak out. Kamala, how much did you pay that church? And Jamal, what deal did you make? That's a damn shame, New Birth. But that's what discernment is. Only true believers will speak out like that. And being real, I'm sure that lady won't be back at that church. She probably was a member of that church. Again, that lady don't love Christ. And this happened in a black church, and y'all still can't see the demon that this woman is. All these people come to do is praise God, but instead, they get a demon sitting at the front of their pulpit. New birth, you should be ashamed of your damn self. That don't make no damn sense.
New birth of Satan. The new birth of the satanic synagogue, the synagogue of Satan. So yeah, you know, I personally think there's a lot of churches that are gone. I think there's just buildings that open up on Sunday and say God. So that's kind of my thoughts about it. There's a lot of those buildings, and yeah, I think we are living in dark times, and things will get much darker if we allow Ku Klux Kamala in office. Heels behind her head, Harris. Okay, yeah. So we're going to get into this video, and this is a video of the guys who shouted out Christ is King, I believe.
No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
All right, so that moment we brought to you yesterday. Today, we'd like to bring in those students who yelled that out to Kamala Harris. They're two pro-life students, at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, both juniors. Luke Pulaski and Grant Beth join us now. Luke, Grant, thanks for being with us this morning. Luke, I'll start with you. Just take us into that moment. What happened yesterday? We see the video clip. Is there anything more you can tell us about what you guys had to say and what happened afterwards from that video?
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to be here. I would say the first thing I want to bring up, this is our first time taking an interview with anybody, and I think it's important because this is our raw, like, untold story. There's a lot that happened off camera that we said at the protest, while we were protesting. And I guess we could start off with after she talked about overturning Roe v. Wade and Donald Trump, I yelled out to the crowd that abortion is the sacrament of Satan. And when I said that, I deeply do believe that as a Christian. And about 10 seconds go by, and that's when the video of my friend Grant and I proclaiming that Christ is Lord and Jesus is King, when we said that. And I think it's important to say this is a small venue, and we were about 20 to 30 yards away from Kamala at this point. There's a lot of controversy that says she wasn't talking to us, or we left, we didn't get kicked out. Well, I can speak on Grant and I's behalf. On video, Grant's getting pushed and shoved. And there's about 5 seconds after or before she tells us to go to the smaller rally down the street. You can see on the video she waves. She was actually waving to me. I took this cross off my neck that I wear. And as we were getting asked to leave, I held it up in the air and waved at her and pointed to her, and she looked directly in the eye, kind of gave me an evil smirk. And yeah, I just want to clear that up and confirm that she 100% was talking to us. And there's other controversy that says we left. We were getting shouted at, pushed, assaulted, screamed at. So we were walking away, but there was about 3 attendees there, volunteers, that kicked us out with badges or whatever they had. And I specifically remember this one man saying, "You were uninvited and unwelcome to this event. You need to leave." And all they did was walk us out the door. They didn't tell us why. No cops escorted us out. No Secret Service. And yeah, that's our story.
So where was this event held exactly?
This was held in our University of La Crosse's gym. So
did you pay tuition to go to the university?
I do pay tuition to go to the school, but this was a free event. This is in a really small venue. They only said there's about 2,500 people there, which when she told us to go to a smaller rally down the street, I didn't really think that for a political rally there could be smaller than 2,500 people. But
you were allowed to be there. You paid to be there.
Yes,
basically.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Grant, I want to get your point of view from there. So is there anything you want to add to Luke's story? And what did it feel like? I mean, she basically said, you said, or Grant said something about, or Luke said something about Jesus, right? Jesus is King, Jesus is Lord. And she said, "You're not welcome here." I mean, I want to know what you felt in that moment and if there's anything you want to add to his story.
First of all, thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Charlie, for having us. We're very blessed to be here. We were very blessed to speak on the national stage. It's important that we get our message out in any way possible. First of all, we didn't really intend on, going at any people. People online were calling us MAGA fascists. That was never our intention going to this rally. We were only here to protest our faith, and we did so. We never expected this to grow as large as it was. Essentially, she was speaking, and we decided to say, Christ is King, Jesus is Lord. And we got a lot of backlash. As you can see in that firsthand video, I was pushed by an elderly woman. We were heckled at, we were cursed at, we were mocked. And that's the biggest thing for me personally, in reflection of the event. Jesus was mocked, his disciples were mocked, and that's okay. In reality, we did God's work, and we were there for the right reasons, and God is watching us in this moment. I'm all about being a cordial person, no matter your beliefs. But I do believe that we were sent there by God, and I do believe this timing, 18 days before the election, is imperative for young Americans and first-time voters like myself to understand that this is what you are going to get with a Kamala Harris presidency. You are going to get the Kamala Harris that alienates over 50% of the U.S. population that is Christian. You're going to get the Kamala Harris that skips the Al Smith memorial dinner, that no major presidential candidate has skipped since, I believe, Walter Mondale in 1984. Now over 40 years ago. I'm a 20-year-old man. That's double my life. So that's a long time for someone not to attend that event. That, along with our experience on this day, it's a good storm for the opposition. And it just proves what type of person Kamala is and what type of leader she will be.
I'd love to ask you this question out of my own curiosity. Luke, I'll put it to you. And I know it's a difficult question because I'm asking you to put yourself in the mind or experience of someone else, meaning that person could be Kamala Harris. But when she responded that way to you, you and Grant, I'm curious what she understood about you. Like, what had you made clear? That you were a protester, that you were pro-life. We all hear you say, Christ is King, Jesus is Lord. Did she understand your message? I want to know specifically what she is rejecting. I know you can't know because you weren't in her mind, but you can know, what did you make clear?
Yeah, so I said Jesus is Lord due to the abortion Roe v. Wade she was talking about, which me and many Christians around the world disagree with her stance on abortion. And we wanted to kind of send in a message that, as Christians, at least me and Grant, we don't accept or agree with her abortion policies, and that we believe that Jesus is Lord and that he has the final say in everything we do. And it's something we center our life around. So I guess we wanted her to know that.
Right.
Luke, Grant, I think you guys are two really brave boys. They don't call it the People's Republic of Madison for nothing. You guys went right into the lion's den, and you are brave and courteous, as I can see right here. And I just really admire you, and I just want you to know that I think your message is resonating.
And very wise young men. And you'll never get an apology from the Kamala Harris campaign, but I hope you get an apology from the university, because you had every right to be there.
Thank you, guys.
Charlie, if I could say something before we go here. This is extremely important for young Americans to understand. If I could ask my young Americans in this country, what do you want your future to look like in this country? Do you want to have to struggle to pay for gas? Do you want to have to struggle to afford groceries on a daily basis? Do you want to even struggle to get your first mortgage on a house? because that is the future you're going to get with Kamala Harris as president of the United States. A future with no morals, a future where people are exposed to evil on a daily basis. And, you know, people are stripped of the very power they have as citizens of the United States. I implore first-time voters, make an educated choice, whether that be voting early, whether that be going, you know, on day of the election. The future of this very country.
You guys need to run for office, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with us and sharing your story.
Yeah, so there we have that there. Really interesting stuff here. And I just want to go back to, where's it at? I have a video somewhere. But yeah, of Kamala Harris here we go. Shout out to Benny Johnson. Kamala Harris actually walking into the church. So we're going to keep the music turned off for copyright purposes. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, we're going to turn that music all the way off. So here you have, and I'm going to just narrate it. Here you have Kamala Harris being ushered into a church, a predominantly black church. And yeah, you know, I'm just really amazed at the fact that she's welcomed in there after, you know, given the fact that, you know, she's had two Christians say Christ is king, and she's saying, you're at the wrong rally. You're at the wrong rally. And, yeah, we don't do that here, but she's doing it here. She's doing it here. That is what we call the abundant hypocrisy from the left. And this guy is just, come on, man. How could you let this happen? That is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, they are absolutely like clipping dudes' nuts off. I'm just gonna say that because this is reprehensible by all means. All right, I'm gonna just say that right there. All right, this is absolutely just atrocious. Okay, and Kamala Harris is anti-logic, anti-God, anti-morality. You know, she's got Tampon Tim as her VP. He's out here turning kids into Transformers. They're remaking the movies, except the movies are with people, and the people transform into a different gender, and it's just a bunch of you know, it's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess, and you know, they're out here making sure Bibles are outside of the schools, and that people have no morality and lawlessness is running rampant. You know, with the immigrants, people are you know, you got the immigrants living the American dream. It's just like, what is going on? This is like, what has our country turned into? It's almost like a war zone with Kamala Harris in charge, and it's like the purge. it's just a mess. And yeah, just amazed. I'm just amazed that people are still blind. I'm amazed, and this is why we do these videos, so that people can see what's going on. That she's on stage talking. Why are you guys letting her mouth utter out lies on stage? To like, just why? Okay, now granted, the black community is a matriarchy, so I already know, and we're conquered people in America, so there's that. But I'm just blown away. This is why me being a black man myself, and I don't even say black man, but on publicly, that's how people identify me as. Me being a black man, I had to leave the Democrats. I left because it was like this whole mentality of we're down and we can't get ahead. And I've gotten very far in my life. I've done significantly well in my life by applying myself. I stopped having a victim mentality. And this has just been my experience, but there's plenty of other people such as myself of all different races. Okay. And I know I'm not the only one with that story of, getting rid of that victim mentality, getting rid of we're oppressed mentality, okay? And I just said, you know what? I'm going to create the life that I want to live because I believe America is a land of opportunity, and that's that. So for this to happen, if anything, that lady being escorted outside of the church reminds me of like Twitter before it turned into X. Okay. And then it reminds me of most social media platforms, including the one that we're on right now. But yeah, they're censoring free speech, okay? And that you see the same thing with those two guys that are saying Christ is king at the Kamala Harris rally. That's censoring free speech right there, okay? That's that censorship that we keep seeing. So this is what the future America looks like. It looks like the Americans getting $750 in loans to help with the hurricane victims. It looks like immigrants living your life, the American dream. It looks like your kids struggling and suffering, okay, and living in poverty. It looks like free speech being censored. It looks like resources, groceries, everything is expensive. It looks like your family not being able to afford a home. That's what this stuff. That's what every time I watch these clips, that's what I'm gathering. What are you guys gathering from this? Comment down below. I'm really interested in hearing what you guys have to say about this. But yeah, it's really just, it's dishonorable. It's disgusting. It's deplorable. It's despicable. A lot of dis and des words. But yeah. Yeah, I'm disappointed. There's another one. But yeah, so that's that, you guys. As always, shout out to the King Squad. You guys are the bomb.com. And shout out to the King Squad, the King Squad family, and the King Squad elites. I hope each and every single one of you are having a great and awesome day. And if you're not, well, you woke up this morning, and that's awesome in itself. And you guys are awesome. And don't let anybody, and I mean anybody, tell you any different. And thank you to everybody who watched this video all the way through. All right. Yeah, I hope everybody's making their money legally and drinking their water, eating broccoli if you can eat broccoli. If you can't, well, I did not tell you to eat broccoli. And yeah, all that beautiful stuff. Get a break from this nonsense. That's what they really want to do, is keep us like consuming like bad stuff. But yeah, I like to take a break from this stuff sometimes and just like, walk out and see the sunshine. That's kind of where my head is at a little bit, and then make sure you vote. So there's that. But and be productive and proactive out here. Okay, it's a land of opportunity. But yeah, other than that, you guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you to everyone who left a positive comment, watches these videos all the way through. And I really am interested in hearing what you guys think and have to say about this. I just ask that you keep it respectful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.